Right here. Effigy's eyes, that man loved to talk. You want to hear me say yes, don't you? You'd have me go on about how I thought long and hard on my crimes, how I'd spend my own essence if it would quicken the men and women I killed. Yeah. If it's sane and logical reasoning you're wanting, you're gonna be disappointed. Ain't no sense in any of it. Mayhap you've heard of Coldmorn. Was a quiet, forgettable patch of the woods. Till a farmer on the other side of the mountains woke up one day with his head all aflame and took it for the gibbering speech of his god. And so did a few thousand of his countrymen. So when he tired of Vorlis fields and marched west, a horde of armed hicks followed. Bunch of fool nonsense is what I'm talking about. But others have called it the same. If you know that much, then you've heard of Coldmorn. Ours was the village that let a few thousand of Whitewind's troops pass through. Maybe not, but the Raid Sarens had us clean beat in numbers. Even bumpkins like us figured that. Just look at Mercy Vale. They fought back, and now there ain't one stone standing atop another in the whole village. Besides, we asked the Duke for help. Told him Whitewind's troops was coming through the mountains. Seems he had better uses for his soldiers. So we let Whitewind's soldiers pass. Left him for the Duke to wrangle on his own terms. Was after the Godhammer made a fine grit out of Whitewind, when Deerwoodens were running on rage and looking for something to burn. They came at dark, hundreds of folk. Every one of them mourning someone lost in the war. Must have decided it was our duty to escort their dead back to the wheel. They didn't light their torches till they had us surrounded. Time we saw 'em, there was a ring of fire closing around us. I woke. Ran to the window. Whole village were a maze of flames. Couldn't see nothing for the smoke. And the screams. Most ran for the streets. Got caught by the mob. Others hid, let their houses burn down around them. That was my thinking, too. You said yourself that someone needed to bring the hammer down on the scum that raised Coldmorn. Sure. You want me to tell you straight? I found the men and women what destroyed my village, and I burned their houses down around them. Sometimes they was alone, and sometimes they wasn't. Well, we just gotta do our best with what time the gods give us, don't we? It were a mob that destroyed our village, but it was just one man that burned my family's house. Kept hoping I'd get to him as I was working my way through the rest of those maggots. No matter now, I suppose. Only kind to have with someone like him. Or me. No other way to feel about the man who flayed my living soul. Around about 13 years. Too long, you ask me. He'd spread butter on bread and claim he made something. Never been accused of modesty, that man. He managed to stuff my soul into this heap of bronze, true enough. Maybe that makes him a genius. Also makes him a son of a bitch. Every day. Just kept putting it off. It's not like either of us was going anywhere. Looked after his tools, cleaned the workshop, swung the sledgehammer. Oh, and snatched up travelers for his soul tinkering. But don't you worry. They were all bad folk. Just so you know, you got a real professional working for you. Yeah, I've had enough of him too. Stalwart's great this time of year. Beareth spells in bloom for a good 5 days, and the mountain squall actually blows the fish stench away from town. Better than staying at Galvino's, anyway. I got a reputation. People in these little villages ain't the most open-minded. Not yet. Believe what you want. I killed a lot of folk, but none of them was in Stalwart. Plenty, but nothing you need to know. Just 'cause I made of metal don't mean I got any special fondness for smiths and forges. No more'n what Galvino already told you. For fancy dwarven poetry? None of them ever struck me as especially literate. And that's on you. I lost my sense of smell 13 years ago. Nothing specific. Everyone looks about the same when they got their fingers up their noses. Only the last group, one before you, there was something different about them. Couldn't put my finger on it, but they was dangerous. Almost felt the hair on the back of my neck. Ain't felt that way about anyone else walking through Galvino's door, that's for sure. Murder, tracking, and the best materials for kindling. Those are more my area of expertise. There weren't much to say about it. By my reckoning, that means it was pretty good. Ma was a trapper, taught me to set snares and dress game. Dad was a tinker. I never had his patience, but it were fun to watch him work. My brothers and sister, they was good folk too. Part of me's glad they ain't here to see me now.
Eh?
We'll keep to ourselves.
That caravan must have had a half-ton of steel. Coinmaster Zoltan's finally getting his way.
For now, the other commandants will have his head.
Only if they don't tear each other to pieces first. I heard Maroon and Exandru.
Shh. Last thing I want is to get on Maroon's bad side.
Fine, just say the words then. I'm getting hoarse.
I feel the stirring of souls, the heat of their anger. We're not safe here. Let's go! My thoughts will be a
Does anyone have any extra rations? I did some white leaf, and now I'm very hungry.
Got to speak up? My hearing ain't what it was.
Sinove, please. If we go now, we can get behind the barricade. We won't do any good here.
We're gonna go down fighting. Anyone who feels differently can settle it with me right now.
Glad I'm not the only one who knows not to trust your kind, Watcher. You do well not to trust hers.
That name. It carries memories of death, war, fury, the taste of blood. What do you want with it? What trickery is this, stranger? You think a Pargrin would so easily betray her own people? Lies! You'd empty our halls if Coinmaster Zoltan threw our doors any wider. Arms Warden Maroon warned us about the greed of outsiders. You'll stay out of Durgan's battery while I'm... Then let us share the words of our bond, sister. Did I nod off? My, but I had the strangest dream. So much work to be done. Pardon me, but I'd better check on those miners. At the rate they're going, it'll be another year before they clear that blazing shaft.
Carrick, you remind me of an old lover of mine.
Is it my violent urges or my heart of brass?
It's your hands. Oh, Esmas were lovely, but always so cold. Killed the mood, if you know what I mean.
Didn't think there was anything more than lice and hoarfrost to these folk, but you had a look back there. What do you find when you're rooting around like that? Mayhap I'm looking for someone. Woodcutter by the name of Harmka. It sure does. He was one of them. The mob that destroyed Cold Morn. I tracked him to Stalwart years ago, but got caught before I could finish my business. This man, Harmka, I saw him outside my house the night it burned, staring into the flames the way I seen you stare into souls. I knew it were a fool's errand trying to hunt down every man and woman that carried a torch into Cold Morn. But if I knew I got the one responsible for my kin and my hearth, I might could rest easy. I took a good long look that night. Ours was a little place with a yellow door right on the edge of town. He was there. Besides, I asked around when I first got to Stalwart. Townsfolk said that all the woodcutters in town took part in the purge. Point of pride for them. I told you he was part of the mob. I spotted him watching my house when it burned. But when we find him, I want to know if he's the one responsible for my home, my parents, and my brothers and sister. I never thought I'd have the chance to know for sure. But you could look into his soul and find out. You being a watcher and all. Mighty fine of you. Mighty fine indeed. Don't know where he dallies these days, but someone in Stalwart could tell us. People from little villages, they always know.
Yeah?
So, you're back. What can I do? Harmka. Saw him head out some time ago. You can usually find him and some others out in the russet wood, felling trees.
Well, what are we waiting for?
The only way to be free of revenge is to never pursue it. Turn the other way and never look back.
Is there anything else? Take care.
How goes? Auroch Shadow, what's that wicked thing doing here? It's a killer! Look, we don't want no trouble. Just trying to do our work. We'd be much obliged if you'd leave us be. And take that thing with you. What did you say?
Almost 15 years I've been looking for him. All that fretting and wondering, and the deed's over in less time than it takes to tell. Peace. Now there's a funny word for it. I killed a lot of folk in my time, felt their blood slick in my hands, smelled their flesh as it burned. And I always used to imagine what it would be like to have Harmka under my knife, feeling his breath come hard and fast, smelling the fear ooze out of him. Couldn't feel a thing. His fading pulse weren't no more than a patter of rain to me. This body, it weren't made for feeling. Gouging my fingers into Harmka's wasting flesh, his screams just buzzing in my skull. All it did was remind me that this is a madman's fever dream. Like a prison, but no, because in a prison, you lay your head down and you feel the straw soft beneath you. Your flesh prickling in the cold, black bread crumbling on your tongue. I still dream I'm folk. I wake up some mornings wondering why I can't feel the floor beneath me, thinking I must have fallen and gone crippled. But then I lift my head, see a bronze corpse stretching out in front of me. It's not pity I want, it's a choice. I dream too of what Galvino did that night. Those moments. I'd endure another cold morn if it'd spare me this fate. It was after I got caught in Stalwart. They'd locked me in a little house by the inn, the old mayor and his cronies. When a crowd of them came for me in the dark of night, I was only surprised it had taken them so long. Only they didn't march me to no gallows. No, they snuck me to another house on the edge of town, real sneaky-like. That's where I met Galvino. True enough. This was before the locals gave him the boot. Still weren't a popular fellow, though. He was fiddling with some machinery in his workshop. Had his sleeves rolled up even though it was cold enough to see a breath. Never actually looked at me until he started fitting some copper helmet over my head. By that time, the mayor's goons had me trussed up good and tight. Galvino was having himself a grand time barking orders at that lot. He'd agreed to hand me over to Galvino for an experiment. Claimed it was a fair punishment, but the townfolk weren't too pleased at being denied their stone pitching. Didn't help that they heard the jangle of copper in that deal. In the end, that's what sent Galvino and the old mayor packing. So while Galvino's fastening that helmet over my head and them copper bands around my arms, I'm starting to look at his contraption. And that's when I see it. It's this metal suit strapped into the machine just like me. A cold, dead-eyed thing, all done up with fancy carvings and such. The one. I start asking Galvino and the rest of them what's going on, but they're too busy to answer. Then suddenly, they're waiting, staring at me with that fixed, horrified look. But they ain't watching me. They're watching for something to happen. Galvino tells the woman nearest the machine to flip the handle. And then, just pain. Being torn apart every which way, feeling my soul peeled from my body. By the time I came to, I couldn't feel a thing. Just this dull, distant sort of ache. I think that was when I knew. I reckon I'm the wrong person for that sort of question. But if it cools your conscience, Galvino didn't get off easy. The rest of Stalwart didn't take kindly to having a killer in their midst, nor to seeing their mayor and the army Valians strike a secret deal. They drove Galvino out, destroyed a fortune in machinery, and wrote a letter to the Academy in Salona, ruining what was left of his name. Still, he's lucky he didn't get a pelting. The old mayor fled too, and Stalwart's been as snug and cheery as ever. You're better company than Galvina. Been a while since I were out in the world. Guess I'm keen on seeing more of it. Even if I'm stuck with a bleeding heart. Anyways, I've been wondering about that fortress. Near everyone thinks it'll have just the thing they need. Those villagers wanted to fix up their brook downtown. Galvino always thought it carried some great secret of animancy. And all them adventurers came looking for fancy gear. I don't know. Something to help me feel. Or forget. Effigy's eyes, maybe just something new. I just figured, with those dwarves being expert smiths and all, maybe they had something to unmake me. Put me back into my body. You really think so, huh? Well, ain't like you to blast hot air.
here. Look at this. Whispering of long dead memories. They're here, Watcher.
We earned this. Durgan's steel has lined our halls in gold.
Your vanity dishonors Abydon and cheapens us all.
These weapons are ours. Or have you two forgotten how to hold a sword?
Spirits that walk and speak, trapped in their memory. What has happened? Why not?
Damn you both! My generation built this keep to honor Abydon, not to further your greed and ambition.
We're Pergrunen. Our forefathers explored and conquered, but you've stuck us in this frigid hall.
Paved with gold and marble. I won't allow us to abandon our legacy for your delusions.
No, you'll peddle it away to line your pockets. How much have you made selling our steel, Zoltan?
Again with your lies. You think I don't hear you turning the others against me? These walls echo, and...
Enough! I'll send the Forge Guardians on both of you if that's what it takes.
There! Done!
What?
Zawa is ready.
I'm here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Zawa is ready.
Tell me.
Sure. Would you look? Sure.
He's a traitor to the battery. She'll bring these walls down around us. How long before the commandants come to blows?
Did you see the look in Maroon's eye? Exandro had better watch his back.
Got it.
That cheat sold our steam and kept the coin himself.
Maroon! She won't rest until our corpses decorate the hall.
Let's go!
Just like Mummet!
There! Done! There! Done! Why not? There! Done!
He'll regret this.
Why not?
Won't stop me for long.
There! Done!
We've got to survive, by any means necessary.
We'll have blood in these halls before long.
Stop right there. You must be some merchant come to speak with Zoltan.
I'd pick the lock, but I think she'll notice.
Our illustrious coin master may let you plunder our armory, but I've got other ideas for dealing with your lot. Turn and go before I show you how an arms warden deals with trespassers. Pargroon and quarrels are no business of yours, outsider. I'm Maroon, proud Pargrin and arms warden of Durgan's Battery, and you're answering my questions now. Whoever you're searching for, I haven't seen them. And none get past me. Leave our halls. Go back to whatever land you hail from. You sound like Exandru. At least you're no friend of Zoltan's, then. You may pass, but don't make me regret this. I'll be watching you.
Way you're always clutching at that staff makes me think Magrin burned off the other one. That what happened?
We are not all so afraid of the fire. Some of us see the beauty of its work.
We can't hold them off!
Fall back!
Just like Mama taught me.
Let's go!
Why not?
Stop me from walking.
Don't look back!
Keep running! Out of my way!
My mind feels...
They're coming over the barricade!
It's a fine touch. It really opens up the hall.
Losing ground!
They're coming! To the mines!
Gears, they're coming!
A hopeless battle was waged in Durgan's battery. They seemed to know that their deaths had come, yet many fought on. Their bravery was not enough in the end. They might have made great Alpazka warriors, if only they had been born to Khan.
We're outnumbered!
Listen, you hear that?
Are we safe here?
Hurry! We can hide here!
They're going to come for us here, and...
My mind feels shattered. Eh?
The battery!
Let us in! They're coming!
Blasphemy!
Abidon's treasures!
You profane Abidon's
Together! We're in this together!
I'll organize the troops to guard the stairs. We can hold them off for a while.
Vazel's repairing the Guardians. Elune's preparing for the...
You can't be serious about this. Let's just wait those monsters out. Abidon wouldn't let us...
Abidon rewards earnest work, not begging and cowering. We must hurry.
Arm yourselves, soldiers!
We'll give ourselves for the battery. Look at this. The records are here. Keep searching.
Is this safe, Curate Elune?
No.
Repels my touch.
There! Done!
Fetch our best armors. They must stand up for the heat.
Right
Why
away,
not?
Master Vazel.
Why not?
Stand your ground!
Quickly! There's not much time!
Elune, we've never introduced this much essence into the White Forge.
Why not?
Stop me from that.
Abidon gave us the tools, Vazel. We've got to make them work.
Stop! These methods belong to us, to the Pargrunin!
Years of toil, the pride of a generation. You would steal from us? From the...
Abidan himself. You will regret your trespass.
Look at this.
We'll stand ready, Commander.
No problem. Abidan, guide us. This won't stop me from...
We'll hold them off as long as we can.
Strengthen us with your flame, Lord Abidan.
Temper us for the crucible.
Nothing
not?
can stop me from... There! Done!
The Guardians will hold the door as long as need be.
Everyone else is ready. So few of us remain.
Lord Abidan, guide our hands and steel our hearts. Give us the mercy of your forge.
Abidan worshippers. They pray to metal and ignore the fire that shapes it. Little wonder they didn't survive.
What stirs in the heart of the battery?
Heat. Tremors. They return.
Remember yourselves, Pargrunen! Defend the battery!
Right here. Right here.
Yeah? Sure.
Stop, Marauder! Our bodies are dust already. Must you profane holy ground with further violence? Did the height of our walls offend you? Did we cross your borders? Sell you weak steel? Tell us, why did you invade our fortress? No, that cannot be. Abidan wouldn't allow it.
Wake up, Exandru! This is why Abidan gave us the White Forge, that we might take up arms and deal with villains like this.
Such a magnificent device, and she can only see it as a tool for war. She shames our grandparents, who wandered this continent and...
Quiet, both of you! Can't you feel it? This chill, this silence. But You entered our keep and found it abandoned. Ruined. What happened to us?
I'd never seen anything like them. Twice the size of any ogre, and positively fearless. They were...
Eyeless. Yet no matter how hard we fought, or how deep we hid, they kept coming for us.
Some kind of magfolk, but bigger than any we knew of. We who survived never got close.
They were relentless. Unnaturally so. We should have taken our steel and pushed east.
What's to say they didn't come from the east? From the lands Maroon so coveted?
It was a punishment for taking this gift of Abidam, the White Forge, and squandering it on our greed and vanity.
We retreated until there was no place left to go. Until those of us who remained were here.
Here, with the salvation Abidam had left us. Yes, using the same methods with which we had fashioned so much cold steel.
It was agony. Feeling your soul ripped from your flesh. Feeling every part of you torn asunder. But it saved us.
Imprisoned us.
It was Abidam's grace. Now, we inhabit the monument our people built to the White Forge. The White Forge belongs to Abidam, of course. It is here that he built his own body.
And whether he found this place or created it, it's a truly remarkable smithy.
We Pargrunin are wanderers by nature. But it was Abidam's call that led our forefathers here after generations spent along the Pearl Coast and Air Glonfath.
So the old stories say. Then again, I can't see any other reason our grandfathers would have stayed here when greener lands lay east.
Its fires have been blessed by Abidam. They're fed by Eora's molten heartbeat and veined with Audra that runs to the center of the world.
Which explains their conductive power. See, these Audra veins allowed us to siphon essence into steel as we shaped it.
And that essence, the extraordinary heat of the forge, and our smith's skill is what made Durgan's steel so remarkable. Stuck here, you mean, with all the others who sought to escape the Eyeless. Had we thought longer on the fate that awaited us, we might have chosen a quick death to this slow agony.
Blasphemy! There's no greater honor than remaining here, watching over the White Forge. I only wish we could protect this humble monument better.
Or do something. Anything. We were once among the greatest smiths in the known world. Tell me, do Kith still speak of us? That is good to know. It's only a shame that this legacy is nothing but a memory.
Is this why you braved the restless souls of Durgan's battery? To recover the process of Durgan's steel? Then I hope you're satisfied with what you found here.
At least you get to leave this place.
But...
dwarves of Durgan's battery did not destroy themselves after all. They fell to invaders. We have discovered things thought to be lost. Their influence may yet persist. But we have seen no invaders, and the battery was shut. Did they come only to destroy the dwarves, and then leave?
By the time you stepped out of Durgan's battery and into the new snow outside, word had already spread of strange lights rising from the fortress and energy crackling in the sky. The survivors of Starward flocked to Durgan's battery, their steps hastened by the promise of peace and prosperity at last. They mended their walls, gathered their strength, and prepared their town for the new opportunities that were sure to come. And with the voices of Durgan's battery silent at last, none heard the distant groan of something stirring among the peaks, as massive and relentless as an avalanche.
White flame.